Welcome to the Women on Fire podcast. We're on a mission to help you have your best menopause and rest of your life. I'm your host, Jenna. I'm an accredited integrative health and menopause coach, and I've studied nutritional awareness, women's hormones through a functional medicine lens, and explored various modalities, including breathwork, mindset, and positive psychology. Join me and my guests as we discuss how to navigate the natural life transition of menopause and growing older. From waistlines, waning libidos, and what to wear now we're over 40, we discuss it all. Women on Fire is sponsored by MenoMe, a New Zealand-based Australasian company by women for women. MenoMe specialises in scientifically validated all-natural supplements so you can experience freedom in menopause. Today's episode, we're going to talk about 55 plus, what it contains and how it works. MenoMe creates 40 plus for women in perimenopause because on average women enter perimenopause around this age, but 55 plus is designed for women in post-menopause. Like 40 plus, 55 plus contains estrogen 100, superheroine estrogen 100. The difference is it also contains the additional support of marine magnesium, vitamin D3, and exogenous pine bark extract. To give you an overview of estrogen 100, it's a blend of 3 herbal root extracts that have been used for centuries in traditional Asian folk medicine. If you've already listened to 40 plus, you may want to fast track down to where I start talking about marine magnesium. To bamboozle you with some tricky names, those herbal extracts come from a climbing vine known as Synancum walfordi, type of sage. It's a Jerusalem sage called Phlomis ambrosa, and Angelica gigas naki, which is used quite often as a herb remedy, but also as a food flavouring, an ingredient. We use them together in a powder form in 55 plus capsules, along with the marine magnesium, vitamin D3, and the exogenous pine bark extract. Estrogen is very special because it's been through pharmaceutical grade clinical trials, which showed regular use facilitated a 62% improvement in menopausal symptoms such as fatigue, depression, hot flushes and night sweats, joint pain, anxiety, sleep disturbances, sleep disruption, dizziness, vaginal dryness, tingling extremities, which are also called paresthesia, and this can feel like numbness or pins and needles tingling in your hands and feet. And also formication, which sounds terrible, doesn't it? But it's a feeling of bugs crawling under your skin. Those are 10 very common symptoms of menopause that estrogen has been shown to help with. What's more, those same clinical trials showed estrogen 100 to be very, very safe, even for women who have had or who are at risk of hormone-sensitive breast cancer. It's also important for you to know that estrogen was also found to have a beneficial effect on bone health. In fact, it increased bone density after 12 weeks of use, which is rather amazing. And the estrogen in 55 plus works very beautifully and subtly and gently with the body's own natural hormonal metabolism. It's not adding anything, it's just working with your own body. So a lot of the signs and symptoms of menopause can be due to declining estrogen or peaks and troughs of estrogen, because it quite often goes on a roller coaster ride on its way out. And we have estrogen receptors all over our bodies and in our brain. So estrogen can work with those receptors indirectly, what's known as a SERM, which is a selective estrogen receptor modulator. I know that's like sciencey and might baffle you a bit. To put it simply, it works with your body's own biochemistry to help regulate estrogen. And like I mentioned before, it also supports bone density and human growth levels, protecting against osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease risk. It also improves hair, skin and nails. That's the bonus, that's the icing on the cake. So 55 Plus also contains marine magnesium, vitamin D3 and exogenol pine bark extract for extra bone, brain, heart and eye support. So to fill you in a little bit more about marine magnesium, it's a calming mineral and it helps to optimize the vitamin D3 in the formula. It also supports bone, brain, muscle and nerve health, as well as blood pressure, insulin metabolism and energy. I call it the mighty mineral. Low levels of magnesium are extremely common around the globe and they can lead to things like headaches, hypertension, cardiovascular conditions and type 2 diabetes. So it's a really, really important mineral. Ours comes from the red algae off the coast of the North Atlantic Ocean. So that marine magnesium supports the vitamin D3 in the formula, which is the same form of vitamin D our bodies produce naturally from sunlight. And it's so good for that all-important bone health, which becomes so very vulnerable post-menopause, particularly in those first 5 years post-menopause. Our vitamin D3, the vitamin D3 that MenoMe uses, comes from the fat in sheep wool. And the sheep themselves aren't harmed in this process, which is important, right? Now, exogenol. Exogenol is amazing. It's extracted from pine trees that grow near Taupo in the North Island of New Zealand, using a water process that makes the extract itself very, very concentrated. And it's very, very packed with proanthocyanins, which are like antioxidants on steroids. Like they're very, very potent. They're often called PACs to make it easier because that's a big word to say, right? And they have powerful anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties. You can also find PACs in red wine, dark chocolate and fruits and veg. Like they're really good things to eat as well as to supplement with. So exogenol pine bark extract that MenoMe uses has some amazing data from clinical trials behind it. It seems like the more studies they do, the more benefits they find. It's quite incredible. They have got some wonderful results for blood pressure, for heart health, for brain health, and it also helps to restore gut health, increases longevity and glucose tolerance, which is blood sugar, and such a powerful antioxidant and a really, really potent add-on to your daily regime. You take 2 capsules of 55 Plus morning or evening, depending on your routine. And if you don't like taking capsules, you can always crack it open and add the powder to a smoothie. I know a few people that use it like that. And you may choose to continue to use 40 Plus and post-menopause. The choice is completely yours, but you might want that extra support of 55 Plus. So I hope this episode has been very helpful for you. If it's raised any questions that you'd like answers to, don't hesitate to DM at MenoMe on Facebook or Instagram, and someone will, probably me, will happily answer them for you. And if you'd like more information, please go to the website www.menome, that's menome.co.nz.